You plonk yourself right in the middle where you belong, because you are, quite frankly, the star of the show. Bloody cute. Look, don't start. Come here. Calm you up. Relax. Take a deep breath. And control yourself. Stop hitting your tail on the bed because it's very distracting. Stop. 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 Welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This has been a very long time coming. I have been planning to do this video for probably 18 months, if not longer. I think I bought a vlogging camera 2 years ago with the goal in mind that I would start a YouTube channel, but things got in the way, life got in the way, business got in the way, and I kept on procrastinating and procrastinating, and life just kept getting better and better, and I kept on doing more and more amazing things, and I kept on going to more and more amazing places, and I thought, gosh, I wish I was documenting all of this so I could share it with the world, because I, over the past few years, have been working very, very hard in all of that I do in terms of e-commerce and business, which has enabled me, I guess, to live a pretty cool life and create that life for myself. And you know, I really wanted to be able to share that journey with as many people as I possibly can, not to boast about what I do and what I've achieved, but with the intention in mind that I want to be able to inspire as many people as I possibly can around the world to live your best life and to, you know, step outside of your comfort zone and do things that initially scare you but will give you a reward and an amazing outcome later on. So I feel like I have to practice what I preach, and a big reason as to why I wasn't starting this YouTube video was based out of fear, and that's not a good place to be. And I realize with everything that I share online through social media, Instagram mostly, and now YouTube, I need to practice what I preach, and I can't be fearful of judgment or the outcome. I need to be, I guess, that leader and step outside my comfort zone and do what I preach, and that is to feel the fear and do it anyway, and to, you know, do things that sometimes make you feel uncomfortable initially, and like I said, can potentially reward you later on with an amazing outcome. So this YouTube video is a little bit of an introduction about me, who I am, and what I'm hoping to achieve out of this channel. But this channel as a whole will mostly be me behind the scenes of what I do with in my life. Can you please stop? You're very annoying. Stop it. Stop. Oh, stop. Through this platform and this channel, I want to be able to share those journeys with you guys, and hopefully the outcome will be me inspiring you to do the same in your life. I don't want this to be a channel where people come and watch my content to get a boost of serotonin, and for you guys to sit there and think to yourself, God, I wish I had her life, or God, I wish I had what she has, or I wish that I could do what she does. Because if that is what's going to come out of my channel, then I honestly will not continue YouTube, because I think that that's a huge problem in social media, that there's far too many people out there in the world watching videos of other people and hoping and wishing that they had a life like them, and pretty much self-sabotaging themselves through watching other people's content. And I really don't want to be that person that creates that for other people. I've been in that situation myself, where I've watched other people's content, whether it's through Snapchat, Instagram, or YouTube, and thought to myself, wow, I wish I had that car, or wow, I wish I had that lifestyle, or wow, I wish I had that much money. But the reality is that everything that you see on social media isn't necessarily the truth. Everything is glorified, and everything is, you know, put on steroids. And at the end of the day, I think there's not enough people on social media being vulnerable and sharing, I guess, the real side of life. Which doesn't mean that everything I'm going to put on my channel is going to be negative and vulnerable, but I definitely want to show both sides of life, from the good and the bad, because it's the bad times and the hard times in life that create the person that we are, and it's those struggles and those hurdles that we overcome that make us the person that we become, and make us stronger and make us more resilient and make us more powerful. And I guess through sharing that, through sharing the hard times, you can hopefully inspire other people and remind other people that life isn't always rainbows and butterflies, and sometimes you've got to, you know, push through shit creek to get to the more happy side. And I don't know, I just want you to be able to watch my channel and obviously enjoy the journey with me and ride the journey with me, because I love sharing my life with the world. But I want you to also, you know, watch my content, shut your computer at the end of the video and say, I feel really inspired to now take that step in my own life to make change and action and to create the dream life for myself. 4 short years ago, I was such a lost young woman. I really had no direction in life. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I couldn't find what fulfilled me, and I knew deep down I had what it took to be the best version of myself, and I knew what it took for me to live my dream life. And although people around me weren't necessarily encouraging and supportive of that at the time, I was strong enough within myself to ignore that grey noise and to push forward and achieve and continue to achieve and strive for what I believed that I wanted and what I knew that I wanted to achieve in my life. That's a little bit about the bio and the, I keep scaring you every time I touch you. So that's a little bit of an overview of what this channel is going to be about. I love traveling. Traveling is something that makes my soul so happy, and it sounds so cliche, but I'm the happiest when I'm on a plane going to a different destination in this world. I love experiencing new cultures. I love experiencing new cities and meeting new people. Oh, my leg's going dead. So I do travel a lot, and I'm so grateful that I get to travel so much. I've been to a lot of countries. I don't know the exact number, but it's over 25 or 30. So this channel, again, I'm going to vlog a lot. I'm going to document my travels. I'm going to document my businesses, behind the scenes of running my businesses, what I do on a day-to-day basis. And I guess just share with you my life. And I've realized over the past probably year and a half that my life is quite different to the norm. I don't work a 9 to 5. I am my own boss, and I have been for the past 4 years. And it will always be that way. I'm somebody who is continually looking for new innovations and new ideas and finding different gaps in the market that I can fill with new products and ideas and businesses. So my biggest passion is starting and flipping businesses. I've done it several times. I go to China very often, and I find new products and innovations that I can white label as my own. I made my first $1 million when I was 23, and that's a big accomplishment, even though I didn't really celebrate it at the time. Now that I'm getting a little bit older and a bit more mature, I can look back on those events in my life and be quite proud of what I've achieved so far. I have so many massive goals that I want to achieve in my life. They're so big and so scary that they petrify me, but that is a saying that I live by. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. So definitely have some pretty major goals that I want to achieve in the next 10 years mostly. So hopefully, if this channel goes well, I'll be sharing that with you. So make sure that if you are interested in what I do and learning about what I do and coming along on the journey with me, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can keep up to date. I'll be sure to upload quite frequently. I did take to Instagram this morning and asked you guys to send me some questions that you want me to answer in this first video. So I did get quite a few, so I'm going to answer a handful of them now. Okay, the first one was, how do you motivate yourself? How do I motivate myself? I think that, I mean, I'm a normal person. I have days where I'm unmotivated as hell, and I have days where I'm very motivated. But what motivates me the most is my goals, and I have to remind myself quite frequently that nobody's going to achieve my goals for me. So if I sit on my ass all day and not do anything, then I'm never going to get what I want. I'm not going to achieve the goals that I've set out to achieve. So I think frequently reminding myself that I need to work really hard to get to where I want to be, that motivates me a lot. But also just being around people as well who are incredibly successful, who have achieved incredible things in life, that motivates me a lot. Listening to different podcasts, different YouTube videos of people again who are doing incredible things in life, that definitely motivates me and inspires me to keep pushing forward and keep achieving the goals that I want to achieve. That would be my answer to that. The next one is, where is it? HSC advice, please. That's from Bailey Baxter. HSC, I think that's the New South Wales name for VCE. I'm in Victoria, VCE, so that's like your year 11 and 12, your final years of high school. This is a topic that I'm pretty passionate about because I personally hated school. I have only horrible memories of primary school and high school. I was so badly bullied. I had anxiety the whole way through high school. It was just not a very nice time for me. I have some really horrible memories of school, but I've been able to overcome them and it's made me stronger today. So, you know, everything happens for a reason. But my advice for anybody in year 11 and 12 is not to allow your final results of school determine your life's outcome, because at the end of the day, they put way too much emphasis on the importance of VCE. It's really not that big of a deal. I personally went to university for a year and I absolutely hated it and I dropped out. I was studying something that was completely irrelevant to what I actually enjoyed and what I could see myself doing for the next 40 years. So I didn't see the point in me having a debt from university and coming out of university with a certificate that enables me to do a job that I probably wouldn't even enjoy anyway. So my biggest advice is, of course, to do your best and to challenge yourself to get the best score that you could possibly get. But I don't think it's important. I definitely know it's not important that you put too much pressure on yourself to achieve it, because it's not going to determine your life's outcome. If you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or, you know, someone who requires a university degree, 100% you need to study really hard and you need to do well. But if you don't know what you want to do in life, then don't worry about it. Life will put you in the right path. Life will create the opportunities for you. I think it's important that you just be a good person, educate yourself in a street smart way more than a book smart way. I personally am not the smartest person in the world, but I'm very street smart, probably more street smart than most people. I have a lot of life experience for someone that's my age, and I think that's just a testament to me trying new things, going to different places, stepping outside of my comfort zone constantly, and not worrying too much about the outcome and just going along with it. Next question. What do you look for in a guy? Good question. I'm 26, I'm single, I have been for over 5-6 years now, and it's funny because I don't even remember what it's like being in a relationship. I have been so independent and so single for such a long time that the thought of having someone come into my life kind of frightens me a little bit. And of course I will be open, and I'm open to that, and hopefully it happens, you know, sooner than later, but I don't want to push it and I don't want to expect it. I know it'll happen when it happens, but I guess what I look for in a guy, I have very high standards, and not necessarily standards in the sense of what they look like or anything like that, but because I have such high standards on myself, you know, I work really hard, I expect you know, myself to do really well in life. I expect myself to achieve big goals, and I guess I expect that from a life partner as well. I think it would be really hard for me to date someone who works a 9 to 5 and lives a standard everyday life. Somebody who has low standards in life. And that's not saying that that person's a bad person. I have a lot of, you know, average friends on average incomes who drive an average car, who live an average life, who travel, maybe go on a holiday once every 3 years, and that's totally fine. But for me personally, that's not how I live my life. I have very, very high standards. So I guess I would need someone who, well, I know that I need somebody who is the same, who will, when I say I've got to go to Singapore next week for a business trip, they'll be able to come with me. I think having somebody who also works for themselves, who is also an entrepreneur, a big dreamer, and a big achiever, that's going to have to be something that I have in a partner. I guess it's just a case of when that person would like to step into my life, because right now, they seem to be non-existent. That person will come into my life. But until then, so content, so happy, and quite frankly, don't really need a man, to be honest. Do everything on my own. Next question. Brittany Saunders. What do you wish there was more of and less of on social media? This goes back to what I was saying at the start of the video. I wish there was more vulnerability. I wish people were more real. I wish people, you know, showed cellulite and showed their face without makeup and showed vulnerability more often. I don't think enough people do that. So cheers to that, bitches, because you'll be seeing a lot of cellulite on this channel. Fuck, I love food, hey. What else? What else we got? What was your first business? First business was Pearly Whites Australia. I started that when I was 22 with absolutely no business experience, absolutely no idea what I was doing. I had nothing but a dream and a vision, and somehow I put one foot in front of the other and I continually moved forward, and I somehow achieved some pretty epic goals with that business. Also fucked up pretty bad in a couple of areas, which I'll share on another video. But hey, such is life. Last question, what's your biggest challenge as a woman in business? Good question. Biggest challenge would definitely be the fact that I am a young chick, and I don't know, I do know, but I was gonna say I think that most people don't take me seriously, but I know that most people don't take me seriously, especially older men in business who have been in business for a lot of years. I think that they kind of laugh and you know, I think it's just the arrogance from many years of success in business. When they see a young woman in business, they don't take me seriously, which is totally fine, and I used to really get shitty about it. But I think as I get older and as I do more and more in business and achieve more and more goals, more people are giving me credit where the credit is due, and I don't experience it as much as I used to anymore. I actually have a lot of grown men that come to me for advice, because what I do in business and what they do in business are two completely different things, and the way I do business and the way they do business are two completely different things as well. So it's getting better as I get older and as I, you know, own and operate more businesses, but that is really challenging for any young woman starting out in business, in the business game. And that is, you know, getting the respect and the, I guess, support from older generations. Let's see if I've got one more question here, just to really close this video off for the day. What's the most life-changing book you have ever read? Oh, Sophia, what a question. Be right back, I'll go get it. I would highly suggest that you go to the bookshop immediately and purchase it for yourself. It is called The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and I read this book when I was 22 for the first time, and it completely changed the way that I think. I'm not a huge reader. I don't love sitting down and reading a book. I rather listen to a podcast because I'm more of a I'm not really somebody who can sit down for a long period of time and just read or watch a movie. Like, you'll never see me watching a movie. But I love doing things on the go. So when I'm driving, I'll listen to a podcast or an audio book. When I'm walking in the morning or I'm on the treadmill running, I'll listen to a podcast or an audio book. But this was one book that I just couldn't put down. And the reason I love it so much is because it talks about the universe and the law of attraction. And if you don't know what that means, I highly suggest that you get this book. This book taught me that everything happens for a reason. It taught me that what I'm seeking in life is also seeking me. And it taught me about different energy frequencies and the level of energies in different people. I know it sounds a little bit airy-fairy and magical, but it's not like that at all. It's hard for me to explain in depth, but I really, really suggest that you go out and purchase this book because it truly is incredible, and it'll change your perception of life. It'll change how you think. It'll change your actions, and it will give you a whole new meaning on goals and how to achieve them, and that when you really put your mind to something, anything is truly possible through the, I guess, through the practices that this book teaches you. I reckon I've bought probably 20 of these copies and given them to different people over the past few years as presents. Highly suggest this book. Come on. Wow. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Up. 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 Wow. You are something else. We've got to wrap up this video. We've got to wrap it up, hun. She's not the cutest thing in the world. Like, who needs a man when you have a puppy, you know? I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you in my next video. Yeah, what are we going to do in the next one? Maybe a spontaneous holiday somewhere. Because it's not unlike me to just book a trip and leave the next day. What do you reckon? Should we go on a holiday? What do you reckon? Should we go on a holiday? Should we go on a holiday? Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, because apparently it helps my channel. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button, because I will be sure to bring more videos to this channel very, very soon. And I'm excited for you guys to come on this fun journey with me and to, I guess, ride this life wave that we're all on together. So until next time, au revoir. Au revoir. Say bye.